Hey everyone, Aaron here, and this is my 44th review of this channel, and that is of Darker Than Black. So Darker Than Black is a kind of unique kind of tale where our main characters are what they call contractors, in that they aren't per se normal human beings anymore. An event happened in the world where some kind of strange cloud enveloped certain parts of the world, and oddly also at the same time certain people got these weird mystical powers. For example, our main character could control electricity and kind of like some little other things that they spoil later on in the series. I can't spoil it right now. And other people kind of have powers like, being able to float midair without gravity. It's very interesting that, it's a power. It's almost like a kind of X-Men type concept where everyone has slightly different powers and different abilities, etc., etc. And quickly, the show is kind of more so a just bunch of random episodes initially where our main characters are kind of dealing with different jobs they're on, because he does work for a company that just essentially is a hired mercenary group, and it kind of quickly later on develops into this kind of what's happening, why do they actually have these powers, and it's a search of finding out where people are supposed to do now that they have these powers, more so than early on just being kind of hodgepodge of episodes that have no real continuity. I studied there for a second. Continuality, and it goes into just I don't know how to explain it more so it's just a show that tries to be kind of reminiscent of a Cowboy Bebop in the scale that Cowboy Bebop was also a hodgepodge of episodes initially with an overarching story. You meet your characters, and then the later last dozen episodes were actually a main story. And Darker Than Black almost does something that mimics that, in that the first several episodes are just random missions that our main characters put on to do, and then later on he starts dealing with his own powers. He starts feeling like he's being manipulated behind the shadows. And I'll tell you, Darker Than Black is actually a pretty good show in the sense that everything it does is actually pretty good. I mean, art style is very good. You can already see kind of right there that they use very muted colors for everyone, but and also they use a very kind of melancholy expression on everyone's faces to kind of show what happens to contractors when they get these powers. But the one thing about Darker Than Black that I don't like is I think that it's kind of just overly doesn't try anything to be that special. And what I mean by that is, one thing I love about anime is the fact that a lot of shows try to do different things or try to do odd little unique things, and they try to stray away from the usual kind of concepts. But Darker Than Black doesn't do that. Darker Than Black's always kind of just the same tone. It's going to be, again, a hodgepodge of random episodes, missions that he has to deal with, and then, or main character, by the way, is named Hay. Hay has to deal with all these random missions at the beginning, trying to deal with his powers and such. And then, it delves into the whole kind of, conspiracy theory plots of him being, manipulated from behind the scenes. It's something I've seen before done in anime so often that it's like, the plot's okay, the characters are interesting but never that great. I mean, Hay probably takes the cake as being the most unique character here, despite his melancholy appearance with everything. And what's odd about the show is that the main characters actually aren't as actually interesting as the side characters that are introduced in episodes. Like, there's a lot of side characters that get introduced for only several episodes here and there, and they're more interesting. You care more about them, and you want to know more about their story and why they've got powers and what happened to them and what's changed their life. And that's kind of a bad thing for a show. I don't think the show is supposed to have side characters that are more important than the main characters. But overall, though, Darker Than Black is not a bad show. It's got very nice animation. I like the muted colors. I think it actually works very well for the show. But if I had to review it A through F, I'd give it a solid B. It's dead middle of just being, it's okay. It's not that bad. Maybe, I'm gonna stick with B. I was gonna say B minus, but B is fair, I think. Don't get me wrong. Don't make it sound like, I actually enjoy the series. I've seen it twice in my life, but I just feel that there are a lot of notes they could have hit and could have done a lot better. And when I've rewatched the series, I've actually skipped a lot of episodes that I thought were kind of just junk filler episodes, in lieu of just going to the straight action stuff that happens in the show, because the action scenes in Darker Than Black are actually phenomenal. I love them. But it's the filler episodes in terms of talking about certain characters and stuff that it's not something that really works for me. And I think most people that watch the show either will love it or kind of just may go, it's watchable. But overall, a solid B. I think that's a good score. It's got an okay plot. It's got okay characters. The animation is very well done. The soundtrack is okay. I'm not a huge fan of the soundtrack. I don't think anything particularly actually works that I actually care to listen to beyond the first time. But you know, that's how it is. You know, that's not every anime is a winner. Not every anime is like amazing. Darker Than Black has a lot of merits that work for it, but overall, it's just, you know, middle road. Anyways, guys, that's it for this review. I hope you like it. Please like, comment, subscribe, the whole nine. And anyways, till our paths crossing in the next review. Have a good one, everyone. Bye.